Are you struggling to track your shipments from your supplier to your prep center? Well, in this video today, I'm going to share with you my top tips on how to track shipments with my special sheet, which just makes tracking so much easier. Stay tuned. Right, if you don't know who I am, my name is Thomas Parkinson, and I've been selling on Amazon now doing online arbitrage for the last 5 years. In the UK, I'm a 7-figure Amazon seller, check this out. And in the USA, I'm a 6-figure Amazon seller, check this out. Now, hopefully in the near future, we're going to expand into another marketplace. And if you're interested in learning how I'm doing it and what I'm learning on my journey, do make sure you hit the subscribe button down below. First things first, number one, I'm going to talk about why you should track your shipments. Number two, I'm going to talk about some top tips on how to track your shipments from supplier to the prep center. And then finally, number three, I'm going to talk about the ultimate sourcing sheet, which is the tool we use to do this, which does so much more, and obviously tracking shipments. Let's get started. So first things first, number one, why should you be tracking your shipments? Tracking your shipments from your supplier to your prep center is super important, and it's a really important task for your Amazon business. Now, as your business grows more and more, the more you're going to be buying from your suppliers, and obviously the more stock you're spending. Now, with this in mind, you're going to need to make sure that all of that money that you're spending onto stock is actually getting to your warehouse with the purchases you're making. If you fail to track your shipments from your supplier to the prep center, chances are you're going to be losing stock. And what does that mean? You're effectively losing money. Now, I know sellers who have lost 4 figures, even 5 figures some months on lost shipments, so be careful. Now, this is to make sure that not only your shipments are arriving at your prep center, but also they're arriving on time and you're following them up if they are late or overdue. And as a result, we are always churning that money in our Amazon business and growing the profits. Now, in my Amazon business, my admin VAs track all the shipments every single day from our suppliers, making sure that the shipments are being delivered when we expect them to be delivered to our prep center and chasing any which are not. And obviously that makes sure that we stay in control of our stock and also the money we have invested in it. And obviously we manage every single penny and every cent in our two businesses. Quick question for you guys. How do you manage and track shipments from your suppliers to your prep center? Do you have a system in place, or is it something you're struggling with? Because trust me, I know a lot of sellers are. Let me know in the comments down below. Now, this leads me nicely onto my second chapter, some top tips on how to track your shipments. So first things first, number one, establish a communication workflow. Now, what do I mean by this is like when tracking shipments from your supplier to your warehouse, you need to talk with the various entities which are, should we say, outside of your Amazon business, such as representative from your prep center and also your suppliers. Now, that being said, it is important for you to establish good flow of communication with them. So this is going to be used as your official communication if a problem should arise. Now, if you do not have a good established workflow with your supplier and your warehouse, chances are that you're going to be bombarded with maybe lots of shipments, which can lead to miscommunication, or maybe one day stock's going to be delivered into your warehouse which is damaged, but you're not going to know about it. And then as a result, you haven't actually claimed it with the supplier within the allocated time frame. And as a result, you can't get the money back. And now you're dealt with bad stock. Having good communication within your Amazon business across all your various partners is super important. Now, in my Amazon business, my admin VAs use our business email to communicate with our suppliers and also our prep center. We also use WhatsApp at times to talk to them and even get on the phone where necessary to have phone calls. Now, if our shipment has not arrived to our warehouse within the required, we generally say 14 days at the latest from the date of shipment, and that is when we are going to talk to our suppliers for updates, chasing that stock down, making sure it arrives, and making sure that the supplier knows that they've got a problem and we expect that shipment to turn up. Now, this leads me nicely onto my second point, which is called track your shipments every day. Now, the more your business grows, the more number of suppliers you're dealing with, and also more shipments you've got being en route to your warehouse. Now, with this in mind, there are going to be situations whereby purchases from different suppliers will have different shipment schedules, and it's important that you don't miss these shipment schedules. And the only way not to miss these shipment schedules is to track your shipments every single day and to be on top of them. Now, in my Amazon business, we track these shipments as part of the daily task of my admin VAs. And one of the major tasks of my admin VAs is to track these shipments and to make sure they're always included in the report. What do we mean by that? Well, quite simply, we know every single day what is due in on that day, what's coming in, and also as well the the cash value of stock that is coming in this week, and also what's currently overdue and how long it's been overdue. And we are on it, chasing it, and we can investigate that really simply. Now, one of the benefits of tracking your shipments every day is that you can be aware of the status of each shipment and obviously action it should there be a problem. Now, there was a time in my Amazon business where we had, should we say, defective products from our suppliers, and tracking it every day has helped us to send back to those defective products back to the supplier quickly and efficiently. We used to have problems. Maybe we go over the supplier time frame, 48 hours, for example. Now we are on top of it, and this saves us money and just means our business is a lot more efficient and a lot more profitable. Now, this leads me nicely onto the third point: have your own spreadsheet and develop it. Now, yes, there are prep centers who provide tracking systems in their website where Amazon sellers can use that are going to help out. Our prep centers have spreadsheets as well, but what you really need to have is your own spreadsheet where you can record what you've purchased and what's coming into your suppliers, or from your suppliers what's coming into your warehouse. By having your own spreadsheet, this is going to give you more of a grasp of the details, and every spreadsheet provided by your suppliers might not be perfect. So by having a great spreadsheet that works for you in your business is going to give you clarity on the shipments from your suppliers. Now, in my Amazon business, we use a shipment tracker sheet just like this, and I'll overlay it around here, where we track all the shipments from our suppliers. Now, the important part of this is that this sheet we use accurately matches the details from the tracking system provided by the supplier, but also the prep center as well, and we can match them up and to make sure that all stock that we purchase is actually being delivered, and we can know that as well. Now, having your own spreadsheet tracker is good, but developing that sheet will be much better. Now, in my Amazon business, aside from the inventory tracker, my admin VA also use the ultimate sourcing sheet. This is a sheet that, if you say, I made, which is exclusively for my Amazon business, and we also offer it to other Amazon sellers, where it helps manage everything from my sourcing teams, getting the products we're purchasing, tracking all that information, tracking the shipments coming in, helping us get analytics and stats on it, knowing which ones are bad suppliers, which ones are working, and also as well, it just speeds up the whole process. It's got an Amazon API connection, which gives us all the buy box prices, fees, and also the, should we say, seller rank as well. So we can build custom sheets off that as well, because it is a Google Sheet. Now, what I will say is later in this video, I will jump onto a screen share and show you that ultimate sourcing sheet, which I'll talk you through actually how we track that inventory. Okay, so today what I'm talking about is really managing inventory. And the one thing which I'll say is, let's say, for example, in my business, we're doing about 3 million roughly about now. If we're just talking about a million, well, that's generally buy for £10, sell for £20. Same in the US. That's about $500,000 in spend. That's pretty much 50,000 every single month we are spending. Now, if we are losing stock and not controlling it, that's a huge amount of money that is just going down the drain. Now, we are profitable in our business, but we're not enough that we can afford to lose stock left, right, and center. It's only through cash control and stock control that we really understand how we make our true money. This is an administrative task, and it's something that we've got to be on top of, but unfortunately it doesn't add value to our business. It saves us, it protects us from losing money, but it doesn't make more money. Now, as business owners, we should be focusing our time on, should we say, adding value, finding products, building teams, building systems, growing our business. Things which don't make money, we should really outsource. We should hire teams, build teams to do that. That's why I want to introduce you to the Fast Track FBA Admin VA service. Now, this is a service I created whereby we find, hire, and train an admin VA to work in your business, and we fully support them for 12 weeks. If they've got any questions, any problems, our team of trainers will jump onto a private call with them, support them. Now, we have experience in the UK and the USA marketplaces doing all the processes I'm talking about right now, and as a result, I can focus on the profit, the cash generating activities in my business, and we grow faster. Now, if you are interested and want to know more about the Fast Track FBA Admin VA service, you can get a free 30-minute consultation call to have your questions answered to see if it's right for you. Do have a look at the link down below. I'll drop down there and you can see if having an admin VA in your business is going to really help you out, help you scale to new heights. Trust me, I think it will. Game changing. It's changed mine. I have 6 of them across my 3 businesses, including Fast Track FBA, and it's absolutely changed the game. I love it and I couldn't live without it, and I think you too as well. Check it out, link down below. Now, this leads me nicely onto my third chapter, and this is really talking about the ultimate sourcing sheet, and this is the sheet that we use not only to manage our inventory, but also to speed up our sourcing processes and everything within our business. Now, to show you the ultimate sourcing sheet in action, let me jump on the screen share now, and I'll show you this particular part, which is around managing inventory, but also I'll give you a bit more of a highlight into it from some other videos as well. Let's jump on the computer now. Okay, so here we are on the Ultimate Sourcing sheet. Now the first things first, which I will say, is this is made up of multiple tabs and it gets developed. It's a Google sheet, which really quite simply manages the process within our businesses. So right now, I'm just going to go through one tab, which is really the buy sheet. This is kind of how you enter all the data in. And then from there are so many other tabs. And again, if you are interested, do check out the link down below and see it in more detail. So first things first, in the buy sheet, we break it up into sections. So really quite simply, you just want to know what we're purchasing. So you can see here, this is going back in time from one of my sheets. We can see we're literally just taking our data, our products that we're buying, and we're putting them into the buy sheet itself. So under the green section, putting all the products in, the source, supplier URL, etc., and how much we're buying and the price we're buying it for. Now, after this, you've got a gray section, which is where data is being pulled in from the API and we're doing calculations automatically. And it's helping us calculate profitability on those products. It's just a check, really. Now, after this, we put in things like the purchase day and any promo and cashback that we use, which is really, really helpful. And also our payment method and the order number. So that's great. Then what we do is have the ability to, in the orange section, is to tag those purchases to maybe a sourcing methodology and a VA. Why? Because we want to know how much profit each VA is generating, not only at purchase, but also we can cross-reference that with sale and actually see how much those products are selling. Or maybe that VA is doing, I don't know, storefront stalking, or maybe doing a weird type of sourcing whereby every deal they're buying just crashes. We'll identify that. And the USS makes it really easy to see. So also as well, we can do things like listings uploaders, so we can upload multiple products to Amazon very, very quickly. That's great. And we create custom SKUs as well, which really encode information automatically. Now, the one thing which I will highlight over to here is quite simply, we have this purple section. Now, right here, what we do is when we come in and we find a product being delivered from our warehouse, what we're going to do is just come into here and put in the delivery quantity. This is just going to tell us straight away, has the amount being delivered is correct or not? Is it too many, too less? And when it's not in there, say for example, if I delete this out, what it's going to do is say this product is now overdue, or should we say not delivered? And we can go back through that product and actually say, hey, we need to chase up the supplier for this product. And every single week, my team are going to be able to identify which products were ordered more than 2 weeks ago, which products are not delivered, and we can chase them down as part of our policy and procedures to really get on top of it. So you can see here it says not delivered, and here you can say like deleted, for example. And then once we've done that, we can put any notes in to help us manage it. And if we're doing any, should we say, invoicing or accounting information, we can just make sure that when we've purchased, and let's say for example, a product wasn't delivered, it got cancelled, we can actually just make a note there to say that actually that was never charged onto the account, or if it was charged, we've got a refund. So you can see down here, my team right now, this product here was purchased, we've zeroed the amount actually purchased because it was a cancelled order from the supplier, and the money was returned, we chased up that money. These simple methodologies, i.e. making sure that what's being delivered is actually delivered and is correct, is about managing cancellations and also chasing up if the order has been billed to you. That's gonna just help make sure that any money that you are not spending or you should be not spending, but maybe the supplier has taken for you, you are getting back. And the sheet just makes it so much easier, and it's in one easy to use place. Now there is so much more to this sheet. I could be here for an entire video talking about it, and we have done that as well. But what I will say is for you, do check out the link down below. Obviously you can see more about the USS. Check it out, the USS Ultimate Sourcing Sheet. Now, what I will say is tracking your shipments is super, super important, but also the other thing you need to manage, not only your inventory, is your cash, and particularly your cash flow as well. So what I want to do is I want to leave a video around here about how I manage my cash flow in my Amazon business to make sure that I can pay all my debts, but also as well, I maximize the amount of available cash that I can spend on stock every single week, and in a very formulaic method, which is very simple to use. Check that video out. I think you're going to love it. Now, hopefully you've liked this video. If you have, give me a big thumbs up. And hey, if you want to see more videos like this, hit the subscribe button down below. But for myself, Thomas Parkinson and Fast Track FBA, thank you very much.